imagine that you're just as curious to understand, to know what this is, just as I was 2 weeks ago when I started seeing digital marketing, affiliate marketing everywhere, as well as Master Resell Rights courses. And I just didn't know what was happening. I was there thinking, how is everyone making so much money? But from a different perspective, I really wanted to understand if there was actually an opportunity for me here. So I'm going to walk you through, I'm going to tell you a little bit about all the research that I did before starting this. I actually went ahead and purchased a couple of programs before doing this video. And I just want you to understand this from a person who's like you. I'm not a YouTuber, I'm not a reviewer, I'm not getting paid to do any of this. I honestly just want to put it out there for people who want to understand what it is and how they could actually turn this into an opportunity for themselves. So I'm Monica. I am expat mom mindset. Expat mom mindset. Let's do that again. I'm an expat. I'm originally from Colombia. I moved to Spain, but I've lived in different countries: Australia, Germany, spent a lot of time in Canada, did my master's in London. I've been everywhere. So I consider myself, I identify as an expat. And I'm a mom of two girls, and living abroad. I got divorced a couple of years ago, and my life completely changed. Like, completely. I came from this traditional lifestyle of getting a corporate job. I had a great, great job. But honestly, both pregnancy, motherhood, COVID, everything just came together to kind of make me turn into a completely different direction in my life. And for the past couple of years, I've been trying to figure that out, and I found exactly what my passion was, and it was coaching. And I decided to do that. However, you can be really good at something, but you not necessarily always have the skills to make a business out of it. And this is what happened to me with coaching. Even though I come from the business background, I've been on sales forever, but I've never actually sold myself as a business, as a product, as a service. Well, let's not say as a product, but as a service. So I really needed something to help me out. And I went out there looking for people who could help me. I, of course, paid a couple of people to just walk me through it, help me with my business. I did not know anything about copywriting, landing pages, nothing like email automation, nothing like about that. So I did that, but what I found was that I needed to pay this person to help me with the copywriting, this person to help me with email automation, this person to help me with branding, this person. And at the end of the day, I was just spending and spending and spending money before actually getting clients to my coaching business. So I decided that I needed something different. And when I saw all these people making it work, I said, okay, what's in it for me? Can this work for me? So as I was saying, I did a bit of research, not a bit, quite a lot in this past couple of weeks, because I started a 2 week challenge of one of the programs. If you've been around enough time to understand a little bit about this, you maybe even went ahead and did it yourself. But I went ahead with the Legendary Marketer 15-day challenge. By the way, this is not the program I will be talking about, or the one that I actually decided to go ahead with, which is Roadmap to Riches, which I will be telling you more about later. But just for you to understand, so I went ahead with the 2 week challenge of the $7 course, which I thought was, of course, great value. Let's go ahead. Let's click here. I found it through a girl on Instagram. A girl on Instagram, a mom as well. Of course, I guess we had some things in common, and I connected with her content. And so I clicked and I went ahead and I started the challenge, and it's very motivational. I'm not here to criticize anyone's business, anyone's content. However, I just did not feel that it clicked with what I wanted, because being a coach, I'm all about motivation, and I've had like, this is what I do on a day-to-day. So I guess I wasn't just there looking for somebody to show me the same Tony Robbins videos I already know about. I just wanted somebody to actually give me structure as to how my business needed to be. And in order for me to get that from Legendary Marketer, I had to go ahead with an upsell of $2,500. And honestly, I had spent so much money up to now on my business that I said I cannot afford to keep doing this. Like, I need to be fully certain of the next dime that I spend on my business, because I just don't want to keep making it, just a cash flow to other people instead of really feeling like it's making a difference into my business. And I really just wanted to stop focusing on the business side of things and start focusing on the coaching side of things. So I said, you know what? I'll keep I'll keep looking for a different option. And I came up with, or different courses were, let's say, shown to me on my newsfeed. And I started researching on those courses, and I found a couple others: Simply Passive, DW, Digital Wealth Academy, and a couple others, because there's so many out there. And so what I did to understand if this was for me or not was to see who the creator was, because honestly, I'm the kind of person who needs to connect with who put the course out there, what their purpose is. And that's why I didn't really connect with Dave Sharp from Legendary Marketer, even though, of course, the guy's a billionaire, amazing, very admirable. But he's not he's not somebody I would look up to. So, and just the way, like, I was watching some of the videos of the interviews that he does to the people that he interviews, with her testimonials, and to say how amazing it is. I just couldn't stop looking at him and the way he was expressing and all that. And I completely lost my focus on probably the value I could have gotten out of the $2,500 program that I wasn't willing to invest in. But it just didn't click with me. That's all I can say. That Dave Sharp and I did not connect. I admire him and I admire what he has done for so many people. However, it just wasn't the program for the kind of person that I am. And I could not see myself, if I ever decided to go ahead with their program, actually telling people that it was something that was worth $7, and then telling them, oh no, wait, if you actually want the value, you have to spend another $2,500. I think that is insane. So, to continue with telling you about my research on the other programs, I researched that, who the creator was. And I couldn't find, there was a program in Spanish, because claro que sí, yo soy colombiana, así que for me it was important to also understand if there was something in Spanish. But there was a program in Spanish, and just looking at its branding, it was not attractive to me. So I said, I'm not, like, you saw all the videos on Instagram of the girls where they're saying that they're making so much money in their sleep just by selling this program. But then I went in to actually click on the program and see what the content was about and what their branding was. Not appealing at all to me. And I said, I'm not going to join something that does not represent me. So, this is why I wanted to do this video. I hope that if you kept on watching this, that you identify with this. Like, I need to connect with things. I need to connect with the purpose, with the intention, with the image that's being shown, with the message, everything. So all these programs didn't do it for me. I really liked Simply Passive, but when I went to understand a little bit more about what it was, it's really focused on Instagram, but it's just like, I would put it as it's like a module, or some modules of Roadmap to Riches. So Roadmap to Riches was actually like the next huge big thing. And it was actually the original program that was created for Master Resell Rights. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the creators. I don't know them, of course, but I watched a couple of their interviews. I went in to see some videos that they had done, and how they talk, and their purpose with this program and all that. And I just went like, this is unbelievable. If I could have a business idea, I think this would be it. So they're Zach and Hannah Pippins. They're a couple, they're married, and they've been through many different businesses. So they've been entrepreneurs, they've had corporate jobs. Hannah was working with as a virtual assistant, or she was doing some affiliate marketing, and she just understood that she wasn't adding any value to anything that she was doing. She was just there seen as a number, as somebody who brought sales, 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 and that was it. And I just identified with her because I worked for so many years doing sales. And honestly, I worked in logistics. So what was I selling? I was selling, transporting a container on a ship from China to whatever, to Spain, let's say, to Colombia, to the US. I was selling a cargo to go on a plane from here to there. So I was just telling companies, yeah, I can get you from A to B, and I hope it's not going to be that much trouble. So, of course, I didn't do it that way. I was really, really successful at my job. But I mean, I didn't have any connection with what I sold. So I understood that, I understood what she was saying, where she was coming from, that she just felt like a number. And this is exactly how I felt. And so they decided, because they also struggled and they couldn't find the right opportunity, they struggled financially. When they created this course, they just wanted to create the best quality content program that could be offered to people who wanted to start a business, any type of business from scratch, and to actually have something that was updated, which also clicked with me because coming from having done 2 MBAs, I studied international business, and just, I'm not that old. I'm 36, but life has changed so much. Business, the way of doing business has changed so much. Marketing has changed so much. So you really have to keep up to date. And what they're doing, and since they created the course, they already did an update of the program, and now they're about to launch their third update, and they're also about to launch their Spanish version, which kind of clicks with that interest that I had in the Spanish version, because if I decided to go on with this program, I wanted to be able to offer it to mi comunidad hispanoparlante, to my Spanish-speaking community. So these were one of the first things that really clicked with me. But the way they explained their purpose, the way they explained how they really just wanted to put an opportunity out there. And of course, we have to see the profit side of things. What they're creating is just something that gives them information. And information is power. They have a huge list of emails of people who they know are willing to start a business, who they know are willing to buy a course, who they know are willing to self-improve, who they know. So they're building a huge, valuable database. And that is their actual business right now. And also, they're building trust with people. So anything that Zach and Hannah Pippins decide to launch tomorrow, they're already going to have a huge list of people they're ready to buy whatever it is, because they built trust, because they built a brand that thrives on that, on honesty, on integrity. And that is exactly what I wanted and what I needed. And they were open enough to talk about, in one of the interviews that I watched, they were open enough to talk about struggles they had in their marriage. And I come from divorce. I divorced a couple of years ago, and it's hard to talk about that when you're talking about business with people. But it's one of the struggles that you face, of course, when you are a couple, and maybe when you're both working from home, when you're both in the same space on a day to day. And they were so open about it. And they kept me connected and interested. And that was important to me. And then, so I decided to see, okay, I'm ready to buy the program. I actually was convinced by the creators. I wasn't convinced by somebody while I was scrolling. So I actually went on Instagram looking for, people who are selling this program. And I couldn't get to the right one, because some were selling like the 3 programs or 4 or 5 programs plus their own courses. And I was just so confused. I honestly just wanted to find a person who was similar to me, who wasn't there bragging about all the millions, which I admire, of course, as well. But I wanted to help somebody who was like me, who would be starting their own business, who was not a stay-at-home mom, but you know what I mean, a mom who's probably struggling, because that has been my situation. And I come from having absolutely everything in my life. I've been very, very blessed and very grateful. But divorce hit me really hard financially, really, really hard. And I lost my job, and I decided to move out of the house, because otherwise this would have never ended, and I needed it to end. I needed to escape that life, that marriage. And so in order to do that, I had to take a lot of risks, and I had to move out of the house, get an apartment on my own. Of course, I went from dividing low expenses to having really high expenses to cover on my own and cover my girls' expenses. And I went through custody battle. Anyway, I hope you're still connected here with me. I'm not here to share all my personal struggles with you, but I want you to understand why this was so important to me. I was in a point in which I didn't want to fail again. I couldn't afford to fail. That's the thing. I could not afford to fail. I could not afford to spend a dime on something that was not going to serve me. And I really decided to find somebody who I could support, who I could help. I wasn't just going to give the money to just anyone. And so that's what I decided to do when I found a person who I clicked with, who was very authentic, who wasn't there, trying to show a different kind of image. She was very authentic, and I loved that. And so I went ahead, purchased the program from her, which was really easy, just going onto her Instagram. She had Stan Store, and so I went in, clicked. Immediately, I had everything on my email, the access. I went in, and in 2 days, I practically finished the program. Even though this is not normal, you'll probably know about me by now by watching this video that I'm just very energetic, very, very active. And when I start something, I cannot sleep until I finish it. So that's what I did, and I just went, I need to share this with people, because even my sister, she has a protein shake lounge business, and I'm always thinking of ideas to help her out with her business. My partner, who's super business oriented and very strategic and very smart, he's always giving me ideas. And we're there thinking, okay, how can this grow? And honestly, by watching this program and by following the course, I was just full of ideas. I was just so clear on what the next step had to be, on how to serve your clients. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit more about in depth of the program. So it has 28 modules, because as I told you, it's about to be updated to a next version. So I will tell you about that later. Because you see online that people are saying that it has 80 modules, 90 modules, and I'm there thinking, when the hell am I going to finish that? But no, it has 28 modules, but each one has different videos, and so you just start following, and it works like, let's say like Netflix, that when you're done with one video, it says, next video will be playing in 3 seconds, whatever. So you can just go ahead, depending on at your pace, the progress that you want to be making. And it is so easy to understand. This is good for beginners, people who have never had a business, who really just want to try it out, for people who already have a business but don't know certain aspects of their business, which was sort of my case, and for people who have experience in their business but who just need to readjust, to adapt, to go back to and adjust a couple of things to just make that business be the best it can be. Because sometimes we just create a business and we just keep on going and focus on other things, but they're there explaining that you have to focus on the strategy of the business. So this is also for people who have been in a business for a long time but who are very strategy driven. And so out of the 28 modules, I also have to say what was really, really cool for me was to see that as soon as I joined, I had access to the community, and they have a community in English and a community in Spanish. So you can just go in there. It works like a Facebook, that you just go, you can ask questions, you can just post comments, and people interact with you. And you can also join their weekly mentorship calls, just community calls there to solve questions. And so that's really, really cool. You also have a lot of separate trainings that people are uploading in there. And you can also join their challenges, because they do weekly challenges just to boost your progress. So that was also really, really cool. Let me see, because I made some notes for you. So the 28 modules, this is how it goes. I'm going to walk you through what it contains. So you start building a solid foundation, which for me, and especially as a coach, that is the first thing you have to do. If you're building a relationship, if you're building a business, whatever it is, the most important thing is to build a solid foundation. Because when the wind blows, if you've built that solid foundation, that business is still going to stand. And, anything can happen, especially after we all went through something like COVID. Anything can happen. So it's really important for you to build that solid foundation and to understand your risks, your challenges that you could possibly face, understand what you're all about, what's important to you, how you want to serve, what your non-negotiables are, and so on and so on. But you'll, of course, see all this in the program. Okay, so you have to have your core very clear, and then they guide you through to how to turn your idea into a marketable product or service. And even they actually guide you through getting that idea, that business idea. And there was an exercise in which you could even think about your different 5 business ideas and how this program, this course would apply to those 5 business ideas. Then it's all about branding. And as I told you, I had to go to different people to do different things. But here you have it all together into one really big packed quality course. So the branding part to me was I was there saying, wow, I had never seen this. I didn't know these websites existed. Like all the resources that they're giving you, it's unbelievable because it makes things so much easier for you. I had spent days just doing, thinking about what colors to use for my coaching business. And when I was starting to build my landing pages, I didn't even know about fonts, as I said, about color palettes. I had no idea about that, and I just wasted so much time. And here it went like they just opened my eyes. And branding, not just about colors, of course, about image, about the message you wanna say to your community, to the people that you want to serve. And this part was so critical for me, which was the business automation. So I had somebody who had helped me with my business, and honestly, it was just about, okay, you have to automate. And I got a couple of sample emails of what an email, a double opt-in email had to look like. I had to figure a lot of things out on my own, and again, it was so time consuming, but I had never seen something like what they do here. Like they just share their screen with you, they go step by step. They give you like 3 different options of how to automate your business, of email marketing. They give you like the specific websites to go to, and if you go to that one, like from the moment you register, exactly what you have to do, what to write on the heading, on the subheading, the call to action, like exactly everything you need to know. They give you the tools, they give you the step-by-steps, they give you suggestions, they give you ideas. And then about email marketing, they move on to social media, and there is one module entirely focused on Instagram. There's another one entirely focused on TikTok. There's another one on Facebook. There's another one on YouTube. There's another one on Pinterest. And they're not even given by the 2 course creators because they know what they specialize in, but they're not Instagram specialized people. So they just bring somebody who really knows about this to train you on that and to walk you through, and even on how to create your bio for Instagram, which I wasted a lot of time on as well, and which apparently, of course, is one of the biggest things for your business. So like all the things you really need to know, they're going to walk you through it, and a step by step showing you. It's as if you and I were just sitting here and I was explaining every single thing to you. So that was amazing for me to see. They also have a module on blogging if that's something that you want to do for your business. So in general, about content creation, it's unbelievable the amount of content, the value that they have to give. They talk about momentum, building that momentum, and how to go from there. And even if you want to build your own course, because we also know that this is another huge business, what they're doing, but like I had seen a lot of people just selling their course out there, and people selling people how to teach them how to create courses online. So there's just so many businesses out there, and especially focused on generating passive income as well. So you can look at all that. They're going to share all that with you in the program. You're going to be able to see what's good for you, what you want, what connects with you, how you can maybe integrate different options. And believe me, you're going to leave this program understanding your business, what it is all about, what it's not about, how to get to your ideal client, who your ideal client is, how to brand, how to market, how to do social media, how to create content, how to stay up to date. And every single day, you can just go back to your community. If you have any question, ask that question. And I know it's kind of spammy the way they're marketing it, because as I told you, a lot of people are doing income claims, Jesus. And the people who started on this started probably maybe 8, 9, 10 months ago. I don't know when this started in 2023. I mean specifically about Master Resell Rights. So what you do is that you purchase this program, and immediately you can just start reselling that program. And of course, I want to tell you my own experience about this. So as soon as I joined through this person, I clicked on a Telegram group by her community. It's not just hers, it's her and the person she bought from. But she's just starting out. And on Telegram, I can tell you that in about 8 hours, I saw 6 people join that Telegram channel. So, that Telegram group, sorry. So, 6 people each are paying $497 because you cannot sell it for under that. You cannot apply any discounts or anything. You can adapt the program to you if you want to sell like a course that's maybe you want to go more in depth into Instagram, or maybe you want to go more in depth into the legal part of business. Whatever it is that you want to add to the program, you can. You can edit it. You can rebrand it to just sell it as your own. But of course, you cannot lower the price. So just imagine, like I'm talking about at least $3,000 that were generated in that Telegram group within 6 to 8 hours. So it definitely showed me, it definitely proved to me that just as I did, these other 6, it was women, this other 6 women who had just joined were ready to do it. So talking about momentum, it's definitely the time to do it. It is working. People are really making that amount of money. And honestly, I completely agree with that. I'm completely on board with that because as I told you, I've sold anything. And when I was looking for a job, the last interview that I did, which by the way, they didn't even tell me, I'm not the person for them, but this job was to work selling like industrial security products for warehouses. And honestly, do I click with that? Do I connect with that? No. Was I willing to do that? Absolutely. For a wage? Absolutely. Because I need to bring food to the table. I need to provide for my daughters. I need to be able to pay for school. I need to be able to pay for rent. I need to be able to pay for everything. So was I willing to do that? Yes. Somebody suggested to me, hey, what about Feed Finder? Hey, what about OnlyFans? I didn't even know what that was. You can believe me or not, I had no idea such a thing existed until 3 days ago. But I was even willing to I went you know what? I'm willing, I'm gonna do it. But no, I wasn't really. So I needed to find something that would represent me, that really just clicked with who I am, with my integrity, with my values, and something that if I'm out here telling you this is gonna be amazing for you, it's because I know, it's because it was amazing for me. And I know that if you put in the work, because this is not a get rich fast program. This is a program that teaches you what you need, the high income skills, as they call them, to actually thrive in your business. And this can be for you, whether you are a mom or not, whether you are an expat or not, whether you have a job or not, because you can do this, as they say, as your side hustle, or you can just start making a business out of this. What I came here to tell you today is I hope that this kind of gives you a different perspective on things. You can either apply this to your own business or to the business idea that you have if you haven't started that business, or you can make this your business, either as a side hustle or as your full-time job. It's not about generating the money, because as I said, yes, I'm struggling and I need the money, but I really want you to understand that if you start this with the chasing money perspective, that's not going to happen. And that's actually something that I learned from the creators of this course. If you keep on chasing money, money's just going to keep running away from you. So you just need to do this with a mindset that's just about wealth generation, about your well-being, about what serves you and how you can adapt that to your life. Don't do it from a place of anxiety and let's see if it happens today. Am I going to become a millionaire today? Probably not. But if you put in the hard work and you do this and you take it seriously, I guarantee you, I cannot guarantee anything because it's even as they said, like nothing is guaranteed in this life. But it is common sense that if you work, you put in the work, you commit, and you decide to not listen to all the outside noise because there's a lot, that this will definitely happen for you. So I hope that you find a new opportunity in this, that you decide to go ahead with it. And if you do, I'm going to leave you the links because I would love for you, of course, to join my community and for us to start building this together. If you are in Europe, this is just starting because there's a lot of this in the US. But honestly, in Europe, there's a lot of opportunity. So it would be great if you can start, reaching out to the market over here, or you can do it anywhere. That's one of the advantages of this business, that it's really, really global. And I wish you all the success in the world. Let's connect. I'm going to leave you my Instagram, my TikTok down there, and my email in case you want to keep chatting. Comment any questions you may have, and I hope to keep creating videos like this for you.